She's special and she reckless. Baby, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it. And everything is alright. I like how you doing alright, alright. Like how you think alright. Always on top, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like how you do it alright. Everything good, alright, alright. Like how you think alright. Always on top, alright, oh yeah.
Today's video is going to be quite interesting because I'm going to be using two brand new lights that were actually sent over to me by a company called UNBEATFUL. We're going to be using two of their lights today for the photo shoot. But before we jump into that part, I just want to quickly talk about the lights, the packaging. Even though they sent it to me for free, I'm not being forced to say only good things about it, just generally how I feel about it, and if it's something that I think I'm going to recommend to you guys. Because you know, we're all about using affordable stuff to create amazing imagery. The only thing on my channel that has changed right now is going to be my main photography camera, which is a Canon R5. That is the most expensive equipment that I own. Everything else is, you know, within budget, within the range that a lot of us can use. So when they reached out to me in my DM, so if you guys are part of the club that doesn't check your DM, I recommend that you do. Maybe those highs, hellos, you can choose to ignore those. But this company was really straightforward. So they sent a hi, and then they sent me like exactly what they wanted from me. And I feel that's like the good way to go. If you want to reach out to someone new, just, you know, say hi and state your entire purpose. And then if the person feels like that purpose aligns with whatever it is that you're looking for, then I'm sure you're going to get like a decent response out of it. So guys, check your DMs. And if you're also DMing someone, by all means, state your entire purpose. So I don't know how UNBEATFUL did it, but everything that they gave me, especially like the 80-watt light, the FL RGB 80-watt light, was in this bag. And in this bag came the light itself, the 7-inch cone, two NPF style batteries, a D-tap, and also a softbox, including a ton of cables and, you know, some power bricks and everything. Everything was just in this bag, and that is really, really good. I was really surprised at how they were able to pack all of these things into the bag. And the first one is going to be this UNBEATFUL mini softbox. It's a really small softbox. If you look at the size, you can see, compared to the size of my head, you can see that if I'm using it like in my studio to record a talking head, the size is really nice. You know, you can get like really soft light out of it, but this was also in the bag. The next thing that came in it also is this D-tap, right? This is the D-tap right here, and then you can connect two NPF style batteries on there, meaning that this light can be portable. So if you're like shooting weddings, I'll show you the rig. If you're shooting weddings, you can, you know, hold this with one hand and then your camera in another, and then you can just go around taking pictures, because in the evening you may not want to be flashing your guest with light, but this is going to be a constant light. So if it's on, you just illuminate the particular area that you're looking for, and then you take pictures with the other camera. Or if you have an assistant, they can hold that light and then you just go and fire away without really, you know, strobing in people's faces. So guys, this is the UNBEATFUL light itself. You can see it's a very small light. It's really, really portable. I really like the size, and the fact that it's 80 watts and it's packed into this small package is really amazing. For comparison, this is my Godox SL60 light, and then this is the brand new UNBEATFUL light. You can see the size difference, right? This feels like it's made of like quality metal. This is plastic, by the way. Another disadvantage is there's a Kelvin of like a daylight temperature. But with the UNBEATFUL light, despite the size and it being stronger than the Godox light, you have the ability to set it to a Kelvin, a constant Kelvin, or you can also just, you know, use the entire RGB range. The back of the light is pretty simple. You just have a couple of dials and knobs and buttons, and then you can just figure out how to operate this light. And underneath, this is where your power cable goes. If you want to use like direct power from the wall to the light, you can do that. If you also want to use the batteries that came with it, you can also connect it right there and then power it, and then you become mobile that way. One advantage with this light is the fact that it is a Bowens mount, and I've gone ahead to rig this up so you guys can see. I have attached the cone that came with the light right on there, and then you can see we have the two Sony batteries attached to it. I've turned it on because I've already gone ahead to charge the batteries, and then I have D-tap there from the power So if I just show you that right here, I've detabbed it from the power right there, and it's gone straight underneath the light over here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, over there, and then we can turn on the light. So if I turn the back so you guys can see, just press and hold it for a little bit, and I hope I don't go blind. The logo comes, ooh. All right, you can see that's a warm light. I hope I'm not blinding you guys, but this is a really bright light. So I'm going to read a few things to you actually from the manual, just the cover of it, so we see like all the combinations that you can create using this light. So I hope you can see this with me. It has a 2.4 remote. It didn't come with this package, but I don't mind because I have the mobile app that I can use to control the lights rather easily. And it's also one more thing that I will not tend to forget if I am carrying this light around. The app is always going to be on my phone, and my phone goes everywhere with me, so I'm not going to miss the remotes. You have a CCT from 2800 all the way to 10,000 Kelvin. You have an HSI with 36,000 colors. RGB CW can mix 10 billion combinations, yo. That is amazing. So many color combinations can be made out of this. And it also has the ability for you to combine 100 lighting effects. So for the price and everything that is coming with this small package light, I feel it's a no-brainer, especially if you want to be on the go. This setup is actually really going to change the game for a lot of wedding photographers. You can still use the LED even during the day if you're shooting like the accessories, rings, if you're just doing like close-up macro shots. You can always have this light handy. The fact that it's also colorful, it's RGB, you can match any color theme that your bride is even going with. I feel like with this light, you have so many options, so many situations that you're gonna find that is gonna come in handy. And the fact that it's so small and portable is really, really good. The last set of items I'm going to talk about is just going to be the grid. So it came with a grid also for your softbox. So if you want to have like a more focused light, you have the grid option. You also do have the power brick that I mentioned in the beginning. So if you want to connect your light straight to direct power, then you also have the option to do that. But what I find is going to be really useful for me is going to be the batteries. And the fact that it's the Sony NPF style batteries means that if you already have like a ton of these around, you don't need to think about getting any other, batteries to power your light. Just make sure they are all of the same capacity, and then you can attach it onto the D-tap and then power your light. And it's going to be mobile, without cables, no restrictions, nothing of that sort. I know a ton of other lights also have this feature, but the size, the fact that it's RGB, it's small, it's Bowen's mount. So if you have any Bowen's modifiers, you can adapt them onto this light. It's RGB, you have so many colors at your disposal, guys. And it's handy. You can carry this around, operate it wirelessly, and it's just a breeze. The app also makes things very, very easy. Now, I mentioned they sent me 2 lights, and this is actually the second light that I have. This is the AMBITFUL A1 RGB lights, also an RGB light. So again, you have all the colors at your disposal, and it says A1 RGB mini creative light. So out of the box, you're getting this mini LED light. It comes with a screen here to display, your settings, whatever it is. And then it has a couple of buttons on the side that you can use to control the intensity of the light, to set it to RGB, change the colors, whatever it is. But this also connects to the app, and so everything is going to be seamless. You have a lot of control, and that is really nice. Another interesting thing about the light is this extension. So it's like a tripod, it's like a holder, and it also has these 3/4 mounts. And it also came with this little cold shoe. You can screw this in any way, right? At the bottom, to the side. You have so many options, and this can just sit directly on your camera like that. One last thing is, it also comes with this silicone cover that you can just put on top of the light, and that is just going to allow you to, diffuse or soften the light that is coming out of this just a tiny bit, right? Just like that. Fits on really nicely. And so you have a little bit of a softer light. But the fact that this is RGB means that you have still all the colors to your disposal, and you can use it to create very interesting looking images. So I think I've pretty much covered everything that Unbeatful sent to me. Thank you so much, Unbeatful, for sending me these lights. I really appreciate it, and I feel it's going to get rid of the headache of me looking for color gels to create colorful images. As you guys saw in the thumbnail, I was able to create this colorful series of images using just these two lights for Unbeatful. I'm going to create more videos using it. We're going to experiment more with it, and if you feel it's something that you want to get, unfortunately you don't have the entire range on Amazon yet. The links I'm going to provide are not affiliate links, so I'm not going to get a cut or a commission, but I think I'm going to recommend these lights if you're starting out because of all of the flexibility that it's going to give you, when you're taking pictures or when you're doing video. I feel this light is going to be like the new entry-level lights that a lot of you guys can use, looking at all the advantages that come with it. Alright guys, so we're using the two lights from Unbeatful for today's shoot. What I've done is I have this one coming through my Godox snoot, and it's just creating this circular light on our subject, and it's also very, very warm. So all you see is it's just going to bring out like her skin tone, make it warm and vibrant, and it's also just set in a particular place, lighting up just like the upper part of hair. Then our second light, which is the second light from Unbeatful also. It's also a full RGB light. And what I decided to do is set it to blue. And even though it's like pointing in the same direction as our main light, what it's supposed to do is just fill in the shadows so that every other part of the image that goes dark, instead of it being pitch black, you're going to see the color blue in there. So we're just mixing those cinematic colors, the warm and the blue colors, to give us more depth, dimension, and interest in the image. As you can see right now, we have like some warm light where she is, and then we have blue in the shadows. This is really going to make the images really interesting, and I can't wait to start shooting for you guys to see how everything comes together. So let's jump onto my camera and start taking some pictures, and then we'll see how everything looks. So I want you to get into a comfortable pose, and then I'll just adjust the main light to cover like what I needed to cover. But the way you are is really nice, yeah. I love, that's beautiful. So let me just adjust this right there. And then you still need to chin up a little bit in them. All right, cool. That's beautiful. Keep that. Oh, I love it. I love it already. So guys, the settings I'm using is 1/125, f1.4, and ISO 500. Oh, I love that. Chin up. Nice. Stunning. Just tilt your head a little. Yeah, perfect. Right there. Raise your chin some more still. Ooh, I like that. Beautiful. One more. Okay, let me come close to you and see what we can do. Yeah, I like that. Still raise your chin some more. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the mix of colors. It's just amazing. Oh, that's perfect. Keep that.
Special and she reckless. Baby, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my best.
Let me go back for a fuller shot so we get like everything in the frame.
Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it.
Amazing.
And everything is alright. I like how you doing alright. Like how you think alright.
Now let me just come back to doing the closer shots.
Yeah, like how you do it alright. Everything.
Ooh, that's nice.
Like how you think alright. Always on top alright. Yeah. I wanna know it tonight. I wanna be the one to surprise you. Wake you up in the morning. I wanna be the one that you calling. Cause I see you in the future with me. I wanna meet you. Love best friend and be family. I'm the storm in your dream, making wet dreams come true. She know she bad, better than bad. She a gunshot that blew my mind. No distance, I come by my side. Everything is green over here. Everything you want and think about. Now I got your back all the way.